What up, Dokkaners? The worldwide download banners have now officially released, which means the new Dokkan Festival Red Coin shop has been updated. In this video, we're going to be discussing who is worth picking up with your red coins. But before we even jump in, one major new wrinkle has been introduced for the first time in Dokkan's history, and that is that the two versions are going to be joining up. And I mention this because we have no idea at this current juncture how they're going to be doing this. How are they going to be operating or unifying the operating schedules for Global and JP? Is it going to be a quick turnaround as early as 9-year anniversary? Will we see a slower, more methodical acceleration for the global side to have them catch up over a longer period of time? We have no idea how this is going to happen. We have no idea when this is going to happen, and we still don't have more details. That will be announced at a later date. So that needs to be said before we even jump into this, because that also influences when celebrations will be returning, when units could potentially be debuting. That really just calls into question everything. So if you are considering buying a unit under the assumption that they won't be back for a long time, that may very well not be true. So I want to point that out, because everything in this video as early as maybe like a month from now could be rendered completely moot, because they announce, oh yeah, we're going to be joining up in 2 months, at which point that's my answer. All right, so that being said, let's jump in. The top 3 characters that I think you should pick up with your red coins. Orange Piccolo, unquestionably the #1 answer. This unit is so incredibly busted. Still to this day, one of the best units in the entire game, in spite of the fact that he's released before the 8-year anniversary LRs and the worldwide download LRs and the Saiyan Day God Goku, who is another fantastic unit. Orange Piccolo is #1. Absolutely. If by the end of this worldwide download, you have not been able to pull one Orange Piccolo, you must have one copy of Orange Piccolo. This unit can do it all. Damage reduction, team support, invincibility for 2 to 3 turns with giant form. You've got heal, you've got insane healing, you've got crazy leader skill abilities. This unit does it all. Orange Piccolo #1. #2 then goes to the Golden Week characters, the World Tournament Goku and the Demon King Piccolo. Out of the two, I would say that the edge goes to the Goku for the main reason that he has a better set of leader skills. Earthbred Fighters is one of the best categories in the entire game right now, so leading that category is very, very good. Plus, his overall abilities are insanely busted. Plus, they also updated his ability post transformation. There was a bit of an issue with his like standby mode and things like that, so they have otherwise shored up this character even more. I would say he is #2, and then a close #3 would be Demon King Piccolo. So long story short, if you're struggling to make a decision and you're watching this by the end of the worldwide download, pick those guys up. But remember, only do so at the end of the worldwide download celebration, because this is a very big purchase that you're doing. For Dokkan Festival LRs, it's 500 coins, which is equivalent to 2,500 Dragon Stones. For TURs, which would be the units like the Goku and the Piccolo, that's going to cost you 400, so 2,000 Dragon Stones. So when you buy these, you want to make sure that you have the right value, you are buying the right characters, and that those decisions are worth it for the long haul. Now, the long haul might not necessarily be the same level of long haul that we expected, because everything could be moving up really quick, but still, the concept remains the same. So those are my 3 choices, but if you want to extend this further, we can. The reason why I only want to say 3, though, is because there are some other units that have still yet to return or could be making their second return very, very soon. And depending on how your summons have been during previous celebrations, or if you are trying to shore up the Future Saga category even more, you might want to pick up some of those characters as well. So I'm trying to be a little bit more stringent on which characters I would give as my opinion are the best ones. So aside from those 3, the honorable mentions, if I had to pick 3 more, would be the Cooler. Cooler is really, really good. He is one of the best extreme units in the entire game. He leads an insanely good set of leader skill categories for the villains. He also has the ability to stack attack like crazy, stack defense pretty well. He can also cancel enemy actions. He is otherwise one of the best premier villains in the entire game. So picking him up wouldn't be a bad idea, assuming you got shafted on not only the 8-year anniversary, but also these worldwide download summons. So by the end of part 3, if you are done with your summons and you have decided you will not be going back in, picking up a Cooler might not be so bad. And the same thing applies for the 7-year units, the Super Saiyan 4s and the Gods. Both units have aged very well. They have the ability to cancel at least once per turn when they transform and you launch an Ultra Super. They have Guard turn 1. They lead some very nice leader skill categories. I keep saying leader skill categories. They lead nice categories, and they have aged very well since their initial release back in 2022. So I would say that those 2 are also worth it. Everybody else, they are good in their own respective rights. I just don't think that they generally hold more value than all of these other characters. I know some people might be wondering, why are you so down on the Ultimate Gohan? It's not that I'm down on him. I just don't think that he is going to be worth it as much as the other characters. But if you want to pick him up because you've got the Orange Piccolo, you'd like to flesh out that superhero team a little bit more, you can. I just wouldn't personally put him at the top of my priority list. And that being said, it's not just about these units coming up, it's also about some other banners coming up. One major question a lot of people are having is, when is the God Goku going to come back? So if you are trying to buy units with your red coins now, and you are still trying to pick up that God Goku, it might be worth noting that he could be coming back as early as October for Halloween, or he could be coming back during the new year. This is, of course, this is pre, incursion, where the two timelines were merging together. We don't know if this is going to be happening sooner rather than later, so this could all be for nothing. But the God Goku is still on his way back. When he does come back, a lot of people are going to be picking him up with red coins. So if you are trying to start saving your stones for whenever the two versions join up, you might also want to save some red coins to pick up this Goku without having to summon to get him. So he is a notable return date, either Halloween, either that or New Year's. So keep an eye out for that one. And then also, a lot of people were asking, when will the Trunks and Vegeta come back? They've already been around a little bit, but now that the Future Saga has received a massive boost, the Trunks and Vegeta is now a very, very valuable unit, even though he already was. He's even more valuable now. This unit's going to be coming back along with the Gammas during the Super Saiyan 4 Full Power Dokkan Festival, which is the thank you celebration in early November. Could this be happening at a different time? Possibly. We don't know. But as of right now, I'm just going to assume that everything stays the same. So whenever this banner does release, the Gammas and the Trunks and Vegeta will be back, and you can buy them with red coins. So if you have picked up, Orange Piccolo and Demon King Piccolo, and you would like to buy some of these other characters, maybe they're not necessarily worth it, because maybe you'd like to shore up your superheroes even more by getting the Gammas, or perhaps you would like to get the Trunks and Vegeta to make your future team even more powerful. So I just want to throw those units out there as also noteworthy units that are coming back. But we don't know how the schedule is going to play out. And then the holiday banner is when the 8-year anniversary units will be coming back. So if you didn't even manage to pull those guys, those units are insanely busted, especially Spirit Bomb GT. They will be back early December, assuming everything holds. I think this will still be there because this is the holiday. I don't think that this would change. But a lot of people really think that the 9-year anniversary will be joint for Global and JP. Here's what I think. I just want to comment on that a little bit. I think that that is too quick of a turnaround for Global players. I think that's too aggressive of a speed up. What I think is personally going to happen is that they are going to dial back each celebration by either at most 50% or maybe more like a third. So, example, the upcoming Dokkan Festival for Turles post worldwide download would go from October 3rd to the 19th, roughly. That's basically 2 weeks. So what I would think that they would either do is they would cut it down by a week at most, or I think maybe more like 4 days. So it'll slowly push up the scheduling for Global, but not nearly as aggressively as it would have been if you just cut it all in half. If this gets cut in half, that's 1 week Turles, 1 week Spirit Bomb Goku, 1 week Halloween, or not even, maybe a couple days Halloween, 1 week Tanabata, 1 week Part 2. Dragon Ball Heroes will happen concurrently anyway. Winter Celebration 1 week, that's just too much. Wales won't have a problem, but honestly, even Wales might have an issue with that, because if they're trying to go crazy on each banner, they're going to have less time to be able to recover. So I feel like all parties involved suffer the most if we make it too fast. But if we make it like a third or a smaller percentage cutback, that will allow for a little bit more of a realistic transition from the separated Global JP to a joint schedule. So I would think maybe by worldwide download in 2024, we would join up, because by that point, we are celebrating the fact that both versions are at the same time. And then from that point forward, we will continue on as if both versions are the same thing. I think that's a more realistic prediction, but we never know. So some people are saying, save up all your stones for anniversary coming up. You could do that, but then if it ends up not being the case, well then, that's a miss for you. But those are my thoughts. Those are my opinions. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree with that. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree with my takes on which units are worth buying with red coins, and also moving forward with the upcoming God Goku return and the Trunks and Vegeta and the Gammas, which one of those could be worth your coins as well. And also, if you are new and you are trying to decide this for yourself, also check the comment section down below, because a lot of the tunes provide some really well thought out opinions on what they think are worth picking up. And my word is my word, but I'm just one person. It's my opinion. If you'd like to see other opinions on the subject, please check the comments down below. Very, very helpful tunes are always in there helping out with their own takes. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the top 3 that I chose for the red coin purchases of these 2 banners. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Which other units do you think are worth more mention? And do you think moving forward that the upcoming Trunks and Vegeta return for the 2nd time, the Gammas coming back for the 2nd time, they are worth picking up with red coins? Do you think the God Goku will be coming back during Halloween? How quickly do you expect Global and JP to join up? That will also be explored in a separate video, but let me know your thoughts overall about all of this in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let you know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.